I take back anything and everything I've ever said about this movie. Well, maybe some things, maybe. But some things have changed. Spoilers, beware. And where the freaking crap is my commentary?
Body bags were horror lies.
Hey guys, Rob from Georgia with you. This is, of course, VHS 82 apostrophe. It is Wednesday. I am your Body Bags reviewer. It is Christmas week, and we're going to talk The Nun. And you're going to have to excuse me because my voice, I don't know what is wrong with my voice. But, what did I say? Look, here, The Nun, 2018, directed by Corin Hardy, Taja Farmiga, Damien Burcher, Jonas Bloquet, it's Frenchie, Bonnie Aarons plays the nun. Saw it on the big screen when it came out. Yeah, The Nun. Sort of jumps off the Conjuring 2 by being a prequel of sorts, by taking us back into the 50s, so it's a period piece. We have an apparent assumed suicide, death of some sort at this castle. The Vatican calls for an investigation and sends Father Burke, and they allow Sister Irene to accompany him. Of course, she has not taken her nun vows yet, so she's very, very sort of untried. Father Burke, tried, has his own set of baggage, which probably is the one aspect of this movie which I hate the most. I wish he wouldn't have, but anyways, they get orders to head out to Romania and check out this apparent suicide and to ascertain the condition or status of this abbey, the cloister of nuns, and see if all is all right. And it's not all right. We've got this ancient evil that was locked away to the foundations of the castle way back when. Of course, we've got, now we're into 1950, I think it takes place in 52. We've got World War II, of course, has just recently happened, and as a result of the air raids, the foundation has shifted, and the evil that lies within or underneath the foundation is starting to seep through the cracks of the foundation and not only overtake the nuns of this abbey, this castle, but it is also in a Lovecraftian way reaching out into the surrounding towns, and very, very, very ominous, sort of dark, sinister, Lovecraftian thing going on, with nods to Fulci and Baba and Asario. For anyone who doesn't know that name, Tombs of the Blind Dead. Fulci, of course, is a lot of nods to City of the Living Dead. I say a lot. Baba, of course, I think Black Sunday. Yeah, really, that's the plot. And once they get there and start to ascertain what's going on, then things start to really pick up and sort of travel along. So anyways, what I think? And it's definitely not a perfect film. And it attempts to be a throwback of sorts, a gothic horror piece that leans on some of the guys that I've already talked about. And it does so in not a bad way. I think, you know, the biggest handicap of this film for me personally is while you're giving nods as a filmmaker to some of these legendary names, the fact that you don't see some of these visions through to their logical end, all they remain in the film is simple nods at best. And they're never capitalized on. There's just so many missed freaking opportunities in this movie. It's just missed. And I so badly wanted to hear the director really talked, but there's no freaking commentary on this movie. There's nothing on this. I mean, there's a couple special features, but I mean, look, anytime you put a movie in and you see this come up, you know right now you're not getting much of anything. And this is a freaking Blu-ray, $20-some, and I don't get anyways. But, you know, I didn't think it was a bad, I mean, it was a fun. It was entertaining. The film is beautiful. It's gorgeous to look at. But again, okay, the biggest handicap for me is the fact I think that Father Burke is damaged and ought not to be so. It allows an entrance of another character into the story, which I think is just absolutely, it's just not needed. It's stupid. I think if I could, somehow rewrite history, Frenchie would have been, I think he would have been not just your comedic sort of, hey, I'm here to kind of lighten up everything. I think he's the one who finds the body hanging outside of the castle. He's the one who should have been damaged and trauma-stricken by what this town, what this castle, what it did to him, what it's doing to the people around him. I mean, we should see the town's dread and fear of this castle just drip off of him. Father Burke, man, he should, man, just be the priest of all freaking priests, man. I mean, he ought to just, there's a scene where, you got the faceless nuns that are just sort of in this Tombs of the Blind Dead way. They're just sort of coming at him, and all he can do is sort of lay down a cross of fire on the floor, and I'm thinking this guy should have been the type of character, man. He should have just charged through that thing, but that's not the character we got here. Sister Irene's character, Taja Farmiga, she is awesome in this movie. I absolutely love her in this movie. For what Frenchie, or for what Jonas Bluquet is asked to do, that is fine. And for what Damien is asked to do, it's fine. It's just, I think the character should have been rewritten just a little bit more. I think this Lovecraftian idea of this evil seeping out of the castle into the surrounding areas should have been capitalized on. I think we should have seen City of the Living Dead unleashed. I mean, in a way that maybe you saw these faceless nuns manifesting themselves in a similar way throughout the town, and maybe we could see visually why someone, we're told sort of off cuff, why they're committing suicide. There's something really evil about this thing, and they don't ever really we never really see it, at least from the town's perspective, the surrounding area's perspective. And even when you're in, you get this one character, I think she's like a Mother Superior, she's a veiled nun, and you almost get, it's probably Valak, but I mean, there is a character that wasn't capitalized on. You get the hanging nun, that's just not capitalized on enough. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. I put this movie in last night. I've seen it probably 3 or 4 times. Last night might have been the 5th time, maybe. I put it in last night. I put it on black and white. And I'm telling you, this movie blew me the freak away. This movie was freaking awesome in black and white. Anything and everything that's good about this movie in color, just amplify it by whatever you want. I put this in late last night, and I have a hard time watching movies really late at night. And this thing, I was glued to this in a pitch black room with the black and white, the sound sort of jacked up. I was glued. I was sucked in, and the black and white, the atmosphere was unlike anything. It was insane. This movie is meant to be seen in black and white. And so I ask you, I plead with you, before you completely throw the nun off by the wayside, put this bad boy in. Put this in late at night on with black and white, no color. Give it a warm screen, sort of a dark tint screen, and watch it then. This movie blew me the freak away. It still has these issues. It still has some of the narrative issues that I have a problem with. But man, whatever it's the overview shots of the castle in black and white, or just, I don't know, is any shot in this freaking movie. Father Burke and Sister Irene sitting at a table together in the black and white, it just takes on such a different vibe and tone. In color, I'd say 7.5 out of 10. Black and white, I would say 9 out of 10. it wants to be a 9.5, but there's just some issues in here, narratively speaking, that, you know, I wish just weren't here. But I want to love this movie so much. And I found it. I found my way to love this movie. I'm just going to watch it on black and white all the time. It's just the way it is. So, you know, in the footsteps of Frank Darabont, The Mist, and George Miller with Mad Max, we're seeing this more and more. But we can do it at home. It's not, you know, it's not perfect, but I'm telling you, give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. So, The Nun. It's Christmas week. Give it a shot. Do something different. If you're not a big black and white person, just try it out for fun, man. You know, what can go wrong? And put it in and watch it. And eventually, when this video gets uploaded and everything, tell me, you know, tell me if you saw it in black and white, what you think, if it's changed your mind at all. So, anyways, a nice little decent throwback. Really, it's all it is a throwback, but in black and white, it's just a little bit better. It's a little bit better. So here we are in Christmas week. I hope everyone has an awesome, awesome New Year's as it quickly approaches us. And this is VHS82 apostrophe signing out. Looking forward to all the bowl games. Can't believe football's almost over. And everything else. And look at this. Buffalo finally has a freaking quarterback. Freaking awesome. So with that, I just say, go Bills.